My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Inscryption, or welcome to Inscryption, Kaycee's mod, the mini expansion, based entirely around the gigantic amount of feedback that they got. You know, the feedback that said that Act 1, the area in Leshy's cabin, could be a roguelike of its own? Well, they just decided to do that and release it into the game. It is worth noting that this is a beta. The current beta status is rough, apparently. Play this beta if you want to help test the new game mode, but do not expect a polished or balanced experience. Something we are going to have to be keeping in mind as we go in here. But for the moment, let me click ahead. Interested in discussing the beta with other players or the developer, press enter to open the Discord channel link in your browser. I'm not going to have that, linked to the YouTube video at all, but I will put it in the description down below. There's no YouTube interface for pressing enter and immediately activating anything on the video. Unfortunately, YouTube has denied all of my requests to make the site more interactable. I was figuring we could go with a Hotel Habbo model, but apparently that's died out. To access Kaycee's mod, press Shift-KM on the start screen. Note, you do need to do a little bit before that in terms of going, right-clicking Inscryption on Steam, selecting properties, and then finding the beta tab and entering the code "Give me Ascension mode" in one word. All right. Did that unlock it? Kaycee's mod. It's time. Guess I'd probably better turn up here too. Leap immediately into a new run. I feel like I have no reason not to. Challenge level is now 1. Challenge points 10 total. And we can see that there are more than 10 different challenges here. So each of these is worth a different amount of challenge points. Okay, so it's not like, one challenge point per one that you have ticked on. Smaller backpack is our first modifier here. Your pack can hold 1 less item, 5 challenge points. You may not re-roll card choices, getting no clover, 5 challenge points for that one as well. Smaller backpack can hold 1 less item again, and the trapper's pelts cost more. Well, I mean, let's do 10? Double smaller backpack is probably a bit much. Let's go pricey pelts and smaller backpack. Send us in. So I do wonder, how are they going to deal with the exploration of the area? Stoat Bullfrog Wolf. And 2 rabbit pelts there for us. Are they going to deal with the exploration of the area at all? If you go around, what happened? Will anything? This has been completely replaced with mycologists. The mycologists are typically just a thing that is not really interactable. That will turn on, so you can get the Bone Lord's Eye open. What? Let's see if I can actually find a code for this one as well, 273, and just see if that would actually do anything. We gotta know the extent of what we're working with, right? Okay, so there's just a big pile of what appears to be dung or entrail? Dung trail? This is probably just going to do the entire same thing to me as well. I could get into the game mode, the thing that I decided to play, but apparently I've decided to click every other item in the entire room first. Okay, no. It feels like we're pretty proof beyond doubt at this point that the rest of the cabin is not really a thing for you. Which is appropriate, to be clear. Do you mind if I take an examine of those pelts of yours? Let's start with your hair pelts. Here's what I can offer. So we got 2 hair pelts. Ooh, we could get a cat very early on. We could get a ringworm. That's a point to make right there. Probably not really going to be able to offer the ringworm up to the campers, rather, and get infinite buffs for something else. But maybe you can, I don't know. Again, we're in the beta testing of this. Actually, one thing I will quickly read as well. Kaycee's mod is a free mini expansion for Inscryption that hacks Leshy's cabin into an endless and increasingly challenging roguelike. Apply different skulls to your run to ascend the challenge levels. Reaching new levels unlocks new cards, challenges, and devlogs inscribed by the late Kaycee Hobbs as she uncovered the secrets on the disc. So there will actually be lore related to the end of Inscryption involved in this as well. Alright, I'm gonna go out and just get myself a cat to start it. Oh, right, of course, this is immediately gonna go afterwards as well. Getting myself someone that's gonna start leveling up seems like a pretty good pick for the boy. These pelts are most excellent, my thanks. Try and get myself a little bit of totem. Stitch through my cards together. I mean, look, I do want to get that elk fawn out. Like, ideally what that elk fawn does is allow one of my units to strike an enemy unit, move away from them, and then level up. So like Wolf, pretty good target for that. Obviously it's a solid removal of a card in the deck as well, giving some more consistency. The Wolf is a little bit harder on my costs though. Let's see, knowing that I'm gonna need 2 to pick it up. Sack the elk fawn directly into the wolf. I'll entertain other ideas, but no, we'll do that. Just get 1 trump card and then lay it on the board. Beautiful. This is the wolf on turn 1. We go squirrel, cat, start. To be clear, now, I'm not going to go over a huge amount of the symbols that did appear in Inscryption before, and I'm not really going to tutorialize the combat of Inscryption. If you're not familiar with it, there will be a playlist in the description down below, probably even at the end of the video as well, to all of my other Inscryption content. So I would heartily welcome you to go and experience it in its original context. Get him. Ha. And then we become an Elder Wolf as a 4/4. Yeah. I probably could have taken my time a little bit more with that by not playing the Bullfrog. Overkills will be damned important. There's my reroll ability. A nascent raven. It is no less conniving in its incubation. The tenacious skink. It moves over when attacked, leaving its tail behind. The dauntless bloodhound. It leaps to oppose new creatures when they are played. Out of these, the Raven Egg appeals the most to me. So the skink appeals not a huge amount because it feels like a lot of the time I'm going to want to have my black cat out in the field so that I can summon as many creatures as possible. And the black cat will be, a space on the field that is already filled. So then having a skink that needs to drop its tail and sit in a new space means 3 spaces are filled before I can actually get like full effect out of this. Let's take the Raven Egg. We should probably invest in getting a totem sooner rather than later. But at the same time, the ability to get the Raven Egg out and give something else a fledgling symbol is pretty appealing. Currently, we only have the ability to hold 2 items. And we do have 2 items at the moment as well, which means if we go to this room, we are going to get the Pack Rat, a rare card, 2 blood 2/2, that gives you a random consumable when it is played. I think I'm gonna go over here, start collecting myself a totem. The bones of an ancient woman creaked and groaned as she approached. With gently shaking hands, she placed her offerings in front of you. So this is Rabbit Hole. When a card bearing this sigil is played, a rabbit is created in your hand. A rabbit is defined as 0 power and 1 health. I believe they are also 0 cost, which means that this would give me the ability effectively to mana flood out. Love it. The old woman collected her pieces and shuffled off into the darkness. Let's roll Raven Egg, Stoat Wolf. There's the coyote as well. Wolf. So far, all of my plays leave me dead? Oh, I can combat them next turn, but the problem is if they have any attackers next turn, I'm dead as well. So if this squirrel goes out on the field and summons a raven, the raven doesn't attack this turn, they send 2 damage into me, the raven evolves, gets 2 damage, so I've effectively negated 2 of their damage on board. I mean, it's probably my best play, and then using a stoat to contest the other one at some point, but oof. Oh, yeah, there's an alpha coming in as well. That's going to make things difficult. So I can kill that coyote. The alpha won't really do anything, so I will push through 2 damage here, pushing me up to 3 from dead, and then they push through the coyote and the alpha, so I die. Yeah, this is really difficult, actually. So if I draw a squirrel, I can put the squirrel and the raven down, sack both of those in order to summon a wolf. The wolf would go in this position, killing this coyote and then moving over. And then I deal no damage to the enemy, so the coyote kills me. I mean, I can just use my own squirrel in a bottle, and it looks like that's probably going to be the play here. What's the final card? What are the final 2 cards in my deck? Neither of them would be useful in this circumstance. Both of them. Yeah, neither of them would be useful. Alright, fine. We're gonna go double squirrel the wolf in this position. That will give me the ability to attack, equalizing enough HP, and then that wolf blocks the alpha, giving me the ability to actually win the fight. That's not how I wanted to play that, but that's okay. I was supposed to get a squirrel, for those keeping track. So currently I'm pushing 6 damage this turn, which does mean that I just want to get really quick to the maximum amount of damage I can do. Which unfortunately the cat doesn't really help me with, because if the cat goes on board, I'm going to have to get rid of the cat in order to put another unit in that position anyway, so that is always 0 unit position, 0 damage position rather. At least this guarantees as much overkill as possible. Yeah, because this is the bullfrog, so it's never going to be better than any of those. Get him! We take those. Speaking of we take those, time for a card offer. The Caustic Adder. Damage from its poison bites is always lethal. The Regal Ant Queen. She births a new ant once played. The underappreciated ringworm. Its value is not readily apparent. I'm gonna go for a full reroll here. The Ornery Porcupine. Sharp quills await those who dare attack it. The Flighty Elk. It moves after attacking. And another ringworm. See, the thing is, I will need big hitters as well. I'm gonna need healthy ones as well. We can get a different big hitter and take the porcupine. I think that's a huge amount of value in getting my totem ready as quickly as I possibly can, because I'm going to want to define my choices in terms of tribes definitely around that totem. Yeah, so let's take this off to the left, especially because there is a choice based on those later. She moves with considerable vigor in spite of her considered age. We have 1 bird card. I think Bullfrog is a serpent type card as well, but it might be a beast. No, it looks like a serpent. Well, let's try and do birds. Bird strats. You hunched down to place her offering in your pack. When you looked up again, the woman had vanished. And I'd put a different mask on this time. Hey. Good to see you, bud. Cub. So let's go squirrel, and then Raven, that gives us a rabbit back. There's no way I want to just immediately flood out with the wolf, right? No. No. We've already got this. We don't need to hassle it. Those two. Some of the wolf. Transform. I've got 6 damage on the push this turn. Oh, hang on. Nice. 6 damage actually is like its depth. It's not going to do it, which is pretty much exactly where I want to be. Maybe I should have gotten something to chump block that wolf with, though. Yeah, there was nothing I could have drawn that was going to be summonable. Oips. Sure, I'm going to attack you with the stoat. Well done. And then draw 1 more, and then this is our lethal turn, and we're pushing 7. Get 5 overkill with that. Alright, where's the hunter? Oh, there's the prospector. Can I please have a boy? Nope. Nope. The adept kingfisher. A slippery hunter. That's great. It costs 1 blood, and it gives me the equivalent to 1 blood back. So then my limitation becomes my card draw, right? Maybe I want the Kingfisher to be able to evolve. It is like a damage source that just does not leave the board. It does mean I have 1 fewer of the birds in my deck, but also, it's pretty much guaranteed to be able to level up. Good snuff. We do get smoke, thank heck. Hey-ho! 'Twas the prospector, partner. There's that Kingfisher. The Mule's Key. We could go squirrel down. Oh my god, we can actually get the wolf out this. Oh no. Okay, I can't flood out. I can't flood out. If I flood out, I will end up losing here. Because we also have to be able to kill the next version. So I'm gonna go squirrel into Kingfisher to oppose here. We get the rabbit back in hand. Kingfisher pushes 1, goes submerged. Their coyote pushes 2. And then I evolve on my next turn. And then I'm looking for resources so that I can start attacking that pack mule, probably get the wolf out against it. Sounds good to me. Sounds like a plan, partner. Ah, the Elder Kingfisher. Oh, 2-3. Solid stats. I was hoping to get a little bit more damage, but to be honest, it's probably right that it doesn't. Okay, so the wolf summon is already possible. And if I don't want to tap out all of my resources, I don't use the cat here. Because I will get a squirrel, quite likely, from killing the pack. This also traps the wolf. Not going to have any room to move. Makes my life a lot easier. Perfect. Start just drawing for resources. Elder Wolf kills. Coyote. This is all fine. Ooh! Dagnabbit, my mule! That was a Mantis God, I think, that we have in hand, which is going to be incredible against those Coyote. Oh no, it's not a Mantis God, it's just a Mantis, which makes it even better, actually, in this situation. We do push 6 damage this turn, though. Does the enemy wipe their board when I kill? I have forgotten. This is distance to the bell, right? Okay. Let's go. You gotta hold yourself. Oh, that's fine. Let's go Squirrel there, and then Mantis. Double kill against these two targets, just in case. I'm pretty sure the summons don't come back onto the board. That is the ones that aren't yet used. I have also completely filled my own space here, which has given them the ability to really tie up my positioning a bit. Okay. Get him. Good Bloodhound. Thankfully, my Rattler is the perfect response to that. That Adder is great. I'm more than happy for you to have it, but I'll just be pushing 3 damage. You push that, and unless I have the ability to attack to a side or something, which I don't. Yeah, this is the maximum damage I can push anyway. 3. That's that kill. Get snuffed. Allow me to light your candles once more. I won't be killing you quite yet. I apologize. I'm sorry to disappoint. You're the first in a while to overcome a boss. As a reward, you are granted my opportunity to select a rare card. Choose carefully. A Holy Mantis God. A perfect incarnation of terror. This is one of the most useful symbols in the entire game. Trifurcated Strike, the ability to attack forward as well as to both sides. 3 times your damage. That filthy feral hog. It becomes incensed when its chimes are struck. The Douse. Bellist, when a card bearing the sigil is played, a chime is created on each empty adjacent space, and they have 0 health and 1 power. Okay, so it's also a refill of your mana. This level of brutish strength needs no explanation. Rally. I mean, I do love the idea of getting some stats, but you absolutely have to take the Mantis God. It having the ability to give Trifurcated Strike to something that is hiding, even? Oh my god. If I could give it to like a flying attacker or a waterborne attacker or something like that, you know, one of the birds would be particularly good. The rank smell of rot and mold permeated the humid air. Every step forward was answered by some nearby slip or slither. You tread cautiously into the wetlands. Off the left, we need more cards. The watchful bullfrog. It leaps in the way of attacking flyers. Bloodhounded a kingfisher. Totally fine for another kingfisher. Love another kingfisher, in fact. Let's go to a campfire. You came across a small group of survivors. Faces shrunken from starvation, they huddled around a campfire. They looked upon your group of creatures and beckoned. Come, warm one of your creatures by the fire, one said. Warm it by the fire, that'll enhance his power, said another. You noticed one of the survivors wiping drool from their mouth. So I don't know if we're going to be able to push this for removal, but I don't intend to. Having a kingfisher with extra attack and trifurcated strike is pretty good. You had an idea. Why not warm your creature by the fire for just a moment longer? One of the starving survivors took a step closer. This would be risky. Risk it for the biscuit! The fire warmed the poor kingfisher, enhancing its power. One of the survivors reached towards it, another gnashed their teeth. Without a word, you pulled the kingfisher away from the fire and left. Now all I need to do is stitch those bad boys together. Hey, Kingy. Oh, good kitty god. Yeah, well, we're about to stomp all over him. Play that, and it gives me a rabbit, and use that, play that, and it gives me a rabbit, and use that to, I mean, I can't play, I'm not gonna play the wolf. But I could. I could actually win right now if I wanted to, but this is actually better. And then I actually, yeah, because I could push the damage from the wolf as well. Okay, this is incredible. Damage sign. Can I please have a hunter? Like, I know their pelts are more expensive, but I feel like I might have it by now. The young wolf cub. It grows into a wolf after a single turn. Ringworm and the Rat King. The tragic Rat King. When their tangled bodies become corpses, you will find 4 bones. I'm gonna take the ringworm because there is a fire here and I need to test it. I'm just gonna go to the left and see, hey, what up? If I give you this, will this affect us this run? A group of starving survivors stood around a dying campfire. There's room for a creature around the fire, one said. The warmth will enhance its health, said another. One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. Surely your creature could become more powerful, but you would need to risk another moment by the fire. The health of the ringworm was enhanced by the warmth. Great, I took it back. I wanted to give him that. No, I didn't want that though. Ugh. Okay. Kingfisher Coyote. I actually think I know how this one goes. That goes there. We get the Kingfish down, get another rabbit out of it, summon the Mantis God in that same position. End the turn, deal 4 damage. The enemy pushes 4 of their own, equalizing us back. My Mantis God has the ability to equalize out that Coyote. Yes, I'm not going to be killing this turn, so we'll draw a squirrel and then we'll attack again next turn. Perfect. Yeah, so we're effectively like an unblockable deck. The idea is just the enemy cannot prevent us from hitting them with big boys. And if the enemy is hitting me, as long as I'm hitting them with enough unblockable damage in other lines, I'm holding it an even still. So here's the big problem. That's the Mycologist, which would give me the ability to stick 2 of the Kingfishers together, which would be incredible for their stats. But if I want them to get maximum sigils, I actually need to put the Mantis God in the Kingfisher and then merge the 2 of them. So I need to go to a rune of this kind first. This does give us another opportunity to look for a Boyd. The Conniving Raven, a blight upon the skies. It exists. Mantis God gets sacrificed into the Kingfisher. Removal is an available opportunity up there, but also I do care about removal. I say but also like I'm about to disagree. That Kingfisher is going to deal 9 damage this turn. I mean, yeah, there we go. I'm gonna push 10. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna push 10 damage this turn. So that's the value of thinning down our deck, right? Just getting to do that consistently. The thing is we have to add a card to then remove a card, whereas this is a trial. But if you win the trial, you get cards, so it's still cards, right? Wrong? Yes, no? Maybe? Can you repeat the question? I'm gonna go over here. Huh. I actually don't recall making that one. The unkillable cockroach. It returns to your hand after dying. The inviolable beehive. It is... When it is attacked, rather, you will draw a bee. I'm going to re-roll here. The monstrous grizzly. Its form speaks enough of its efficacy. Ah, the elusive otter. It submerges itself during my turn. The diligent ant. Its strength is proportionate to the size of its colony. I'm going to take a grizzly, just have a high cost in my deck, in case it is relevant for creation of death cards, things of that ilk. I can't just keep buffing the ringworm, and I'm feeling like I'm probably going to try and do that. So in the interaction where, that is to say, in the defaults Inscryption, when in Act 1 you give them the ringworm around the fire, they don't actually need you to push the roll in order for them to eat the ringworm and then feel bad. You just put it on the fire, and then suddenly you've started to have an effect. So that makes me feel like the fact that it actually allowed me to warm it up is telling me that the ringworm won't work like that here, which is encouraging me to remove it. But at the same rate, like the stoat can also be removed in the same exact reasoning. Fine. Rip stoat. We know why. I'm taking my Bone Lord Blessing there, get myself a bone at the start of each match. I don't really have much bone support in this deck yet, but we'll see what we continue to find. A foul smell invaded your nostrils and caused your throat to seize. A hulking man sat by the brackish pond water with his feet submerged in the dark. He pulled a hook from a pile of rotting fish and rose to his feet. I'm the angler. Go fish. I love his voice. It's a fun one to do. There's the king for sale. We can use the Raven to try and push damage in the early. I'm giving up a lot of resources to do that, though. The problem I'm going to run into here is that the enemy will have traps that do leap in the second phase, which means they'll be able to block my flyers. And also he'll be able to steal some of my cards as well, so. I'm actually quite scared. I'm already quite on the back foot here, I think. Just having... I think I can afford to put the cat out. I hope I can. Yeah, there you go, trying to steal the cat, but that's okay. I will summon something this turn, and you'll want the fresher fish, so you will take the rabbit. Well, there's our kill, is the thing. Fresher fish. So strike there, strike left, strike right, strike over. I still have the evolving Kingfisher left in my deck. This won't be taken, I don't think. Wait, it's not it won't be taken. I don't think it'll be killed, even. Right? I'm gonna have to remember all of the mechanics for each of these bosses, because they have very specific things going on. Right, of course. Kingfisher. Whoa, never mind. I've already got the kill. Of course. Sorry, I'm thinking of fighting the Trapper. You know, the person who's probably going to have leaping traps, the thing I was talking about being the thing that was likely to screw me up. But no, you've bait buckets. If I recall correctly, this actually may have been the way that I cheesed you out previously. Get him. Yeah, it's a solid amount of moolah. Let me relight your candles. Much appreciated, bud. Very well. You may choose a rare card. Sorry, I've got headphone wires that are so much longer than they need to be when I'm at the PC. Whew. All right. Strange larva. A largely unimpressive specimen. Poor abandoned child. Doesn't die when sacrificed, but do you have the heart to try? The prudent pack rat. Never doubt the utility of a well-stocked pack. I'm just going to take the pack rat here. Frankly, I feel like I'm all stocked up on the resources the other ones are providing me. Let me see. Ah, yes. A frigid gust of wind billowed, unwelcome, into your lungs. The beauty of the falling snowfield failed to distract you from the chill in your bones. You had ascended to the snow line. Alright. I do want to see if I can succeed one of these.
The trial of wisdom. If the redrawn cards have at least 3 signatures among them.
And then Trial of Blood for 4 blood among the 3 cards drawn. Trial of Power for attack power among the 3 cards drawn. We got a lot of sigils, but they are dense. 2 on the wolf, 3 on the kingfisher, 3 on the other kingfisher. Yeah, decent damage. Drawing 3 from the deck is almost certainly going to get us 4 damage. I'm gonna go sigils. Let the trial of wisdom begin. 1, 4. There we go. We pass the trial. There's a mantis. It's actually quite poor. There's a elk that's also quite not great. The opossum, though, has fecundity. When a card bearing this sigil is played, a copy of it's created in your hand. So this is actually good. This is a way for me to utilize some of my bones as just extra summoning potential. All aboard with that. We are not full up on items, so you will still give me one. Ooh, I like that. That pitiful opossum. Another useful implement. I'll allow you to tip the scales with it. You found a squirrel? In a bottle. Break in case of emergency. I'll take the damage push. I feel like my deck is almost nothing but squirrels at this point. Oh, there's the kingfisher for instantaneous lethal. I love that's just a thing. It's like, yeah, okay. Well, I guess I'll kill you on turn 1 if I will. I'm gonna twist my arm about it. And kicking in just a little extra damage with the porcupine as well, because why not? Alright, Aura Trials this time. Sigils, easy. Bones, not easy at all. Kin, definitely not gonna happen. 5, that'll do. Alpha, you have fecundity as well, but I don't know if I care about yours. You do buff the attack, and is the power rather of the creatures adjacent to you, which is pretty good when you have, you know, trifurcated strike and stuff like that. Raven egg that is unkillable when it perishes, a copy of it is created in your hand. That's actually really interesting, because that still counts as a bird, if I recall correctly. And if it still counts as a bird, you play it, it gives you a rabbit in hand, then you kill it, it gives you itself back in hand, you play the rabbit, you can kill the rabbit in order to play the raven egg again, it gives you another rabbit back in hand. So it's actually a resummoning resource as well. And a beehive, excuse me, made of stone. A card bearing this sigil is immune to the effects of Touch of Death and Stinky. Neat. Oh, that's probably gonna be an effect on the moon as well, right? Of Touch of Death and Stinky. Those are the 2 things that invalidate the moon. So I still need the mycologists, unfortunately. I do like removing cards from the deck, so I'm still fine sacking something into something else here. I mean, like the pack rat getting its symbol in the cat or something like that gets summoned consistently is quite good. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I could buff. The problem that I'm currently about to run into, and I recognize it, and I am running headlong directly into it, is that I'm... Wait, I couldn't have done that on the resummon. No, the resummon already had stitch sigils. Is that I'm gonna run into the situation where I have one very good card, and if anything invalidates my usage of that, I lose. Just instantly. So I do gotta keep my eye out, just in case. Uh-oh. I should have put the porcupine in that space, let the elk fawn attack it. It would have been an incredible play. Oh. Why did I do this to myself? Alright, we get a bullfrog out of that, I guess. I do have to attack that elk fawn this turn, definitely. It's gotta be something like that. Enemy has 2 ravens evolved. One of them is attacking. One of them is currently not. Porcupines managed to take one another out there. My bullfrog can block their raven for 1 turn. But it's a losing path. I wonder if the only winning path at this point is popping both of the pliers, drawing a squirrel, and then just letting the Elder Kingfisher as well as the bullfrog attack here. Because this raven is gonna slay that snowy fur really quickly here. I'm pretty far down in terms of material, which is gonna make it really difficult to draw into and then play a winning card here. Yeah, I actually think this needs to be decided by... Yep. Take a second though. Oh boy. Yeah, I feel that was necessary. Whew. Finally cleared the air though. Try the powers. Fine kin. Not so much. We'll go power, I think, here. Uh-oh. Oh, thank you, Grizzly. River Snapper. The River Snapper evolves into like a 2/7 or something like that, right? Like, it has to increase its attack. And that becomes really relevant. Corpse Maggots. Guardian. Whenever an opposing creature is placed opposite to an empty space, a card bearing the sigil will move to that empty space, and it has Corpse Eater as well. If a creature you own perishes by combat, a creature bearing this sigil in your hand is automatically played in its place. This Corpse Maggot would actually be a really, 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 really good card to then put into something else with both of those sigils on. The Mycologists are up on this line, so because I want the Kingfisher, I kind of want to go up there, but also I do want to go to the... Trapper, and I would very much like to drop my Corpse Maggots into the Grizzly. I don't know if I can afford to put pelts in my deck at this point. I think they kill me. We'll stock back up on some items. I will take a squirrel. That will give us 3 blood. I'm gonna go for the pliers there again, get myself a little bit more safety, and we'll follow on our way to those Mycologists. We knew what we wanted. Squirrel go here. Raven egg go there. Raven egg give back a rabbit. Porcupine kill Raven egg. Porcupine go down. Rabbit go down. Raven egg go down. Is this... Wait, is this material... Wait, is this good? How much do I have to invest into it to get out of it, right? So, Squirrel summons Raven, summons a rabbit into hand. Sacking the Raven egg is effectively resetting the ability to get a rabbit for the cost of a blood. So it's blood up, blood down. It's equal in both directions. Oops. Yeah, because I just could have gone squirrel, raven egg, and then rabbit porcupine? Question mark? Yeah, no, I end up with another rabbit total out of the entire exchange. Good. All's well. She said to make certain of something there. That pushes 4 damage this turn. That is lethal. So I guess we try and draw some more damage. That'll do it. Well, I was very excited and then I realized it was a very small amount of damage. So the thing that makes this deck better at this point is just removal. Unfortunately, we are going in the opposite direction as we are continuing to be given cards. I would love like something that looks for a card. A sparrow. The meek sparrow. An inexpensive, if feeble, flying creature. Another kingfisher. Kingfishers are really good for me. I kind of want to take another grizzly so I have the ability to those together later. Maybe we'll have time, maybe we won't. We're at the mycologists, yes? Yes. And we're performing experiments far from...
We are not welcome elsewhere.
We'll experiment on your flock, right? We'll need 2 of the same creatures.
1 for each of us.
Sure. No problemo. That's what I was doing. I think this could get messy.
Look away.
Oh, it's got so many sigils. The kingfisher. Or is it now 1? Let me play it on turn 1. Come on. We'll play it on turn 1 and blow out the enemy to the tune of 12 damage. A man stood before you. A man you recognized immediately. It was the trapper. You reached out to examine his wares, but he stopped you.
Sorry, but today, you will supply the pelts.
Oh, you're not gonna like my pelt. Raven egg, raven as well. There's the leaping trap. So the leaping trap is steel trap. When it perishes, the creature opposing it perishes as well. A pelt is then created in hand. So I do want to try and push some damage this turn in the space where the strange frog is missing. Which would tend to suggest a involvement of squirrel and raven. Let's go squirrel into raven's egg there, giving me back a rabbit. Then rabbit. Sack both of them? Or sack the smoke? Well, it just chooses whether or not I have a smoke or a rabbit in hand at the end of turn. Keep the other one, I guess. Rabbit down for Raven Egg again. Get another rabbit back. It looks okay so far. Well done all them on pushing some damage. Definitely should be drawing from the main deck at this point. Another kingfisher, so we attack for 2. Those are both going to reveal leaping traps afterwards, aren't they? No matter what they're going to do, I can't really do anything about it right now. Yeah, there's the leaping traps. Oh boy, that's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna need some units to sack against those leaping traps, I believe. So kingfishers, bullfrog. Oh my god, bullfrog is an incredible one for it. When this dies, it'll come back to hand as well, thankfully, giving us back some material. Good opposition from that bullfrog. I mean, it could start working on that strange frog by putting down the smoke and then the kingfisher. I think not. And at the very least now we have a bunch of pelts in hand to use as defensive tools. Yeah, so we're really down on our squirrel resource. Back up there. Each of these can take 2 hits. One of these is going to be contesting the wolf 100% of the time. Squirrel to get Raven. Raven gives me a bunny. The bunny gives me the ability to play the kingfisher. Kingfisher gives me another bunny back. I also do kind of want to slow roll so that I can try and get more cards in hand before we move to the second phase. Because the second phase is where it's going to be really, really important. I can just put down the second of my OP kingfishers. It's worth noting, the trap says that it will destroy an enemy opposite it when the trap perishes. So the Mantis God Kingfisher will be able to destroy another trap outside of its own lane. It's pretty useful. Okay. Let's go smoke, squirrel into the Raven there. Getting the rabbit back in hand. And I will go rabbit into Kingfisher here, getting myself another rabbit back in hand. Annoyingly, I do, like, at some point need to start drawing into this deck. I feel like these pelts might be important later against the possible enemy summons. I'm actually gonna sack my own Kingfisher here, get the wolf down. And I'm just going to treat this as a chase. So we're trying to push 6 damage this turn. It will be 7 to kill the enemy. And then they're going to respond by wiping out my board, if I recall correctly. Which I may not entirely perfectly do all of the time for a while. But I think it is the case here. I want to hold on to my resources. So push out 6. Clears those.
Exquisite pills, but the cycle must continue.
Let's trade. Oh, I forgot you buy things with the pelts. No. Powerful cards. I will accept only the finest pelts for them. Trade for what you can, but know this: the rest will stay and fight for me.
Oh dear.
I need to instant kill the enemy. So I think I just need to clear out that part. Alright, and I've got 6 damage left on board, and then we just hard push. Oof. There's the opossum. That is actually a double summon. That's actually huge. That would give me the ability to summon basically anything out of these that I wanted. So yes, I should. Opossum. Opossum. Oh my god, it's infinite! Oh, I forgot that the sigil was gonna have a copy of it. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, that's hilarious. I think I can actually push way more damage now. I'm gonna sack all of those. Then the Raven comes back in here. Grizzly goes outboard. And now another 2 opossums in order to get a Raven. Will strike an opponent directly even if there's a creature opposing it. Yeah, so doesn't matter there. But it's stinky, so it's only pushing 1 damage. Can I push any more damage this turn? I guess. That'll do. Yeah, I mean, it feels like the option there is almost always going to be buy out the enemy's first line, and whatever you did that got you across the line previously against the Trapper will then kill. But, you know, we'll have more time to see. The Stalwart Mole Man, the ultimate defense, another pack rat, the Eternal Serpent, death strengthens it forever. We should probably start with that. Start that going on if it's going to be happening forever. It may not work like that here, but maybe it does. Let me think. Ooh! So we get a choice of a bunch of different things we could do here. Now, I don't really... I think the only thing that's interesting to me right now is Corpse Maggot sacrifice into the Grizzly. I don't think any of the rest of those are as impactful. Excuse me. Where's... Oh, the Corpse Maggot already has an extra sigil on. Of course I can't sacrifice it. Damn it. Well, look, I'm also happy to thin down the deck. The deck does need to get smaller. I'm gonna sack the Porcupine into the Ringworm. I'm not happy about any part of this transaction. But maybe it'll be enough. I hope you are adequately prepared. Thank you for the smoke. Perhaps one more, to be safe. Absolute cheater. Can't believe it. Can you give me the rest of my hand? Unfortunately, unkillable, a copy of it is created in your hand and will still cost 2, the copy in my hand. So I'll put myself out of all of my resources if I'm trying to use the Ouroboros like that. Get the Raven to just push some damage for me this turn. Or try, and then the Mole Man will prevent. I feel like I do have to do that. Oh, I could have manipulated the positioning such that it prevented the spawn of the Amalgam. Oh, that was the play. That was so the play. There's the Kingfisher, though. Do I want to try? Yep. Yeah, I forgot. You capably endured the onslaught of rare creatures, but the true challenge was forthcoming. Shadowy figures appeared before you. In their eyes glimmered a recognition of kinship, but colored by guilt. They were betraying you. I remember that one fondly. I think we're about to kill the second phase. Ooh, that's a good pickup. Damn it, hold. Snuff number 2. This damned moon. It's dramatic, yes, but it provides no value to my board. I wonder. Oh, I still love this. Yeah, it's got sturdy rock, of course. Now that is value. Mighty Leap, it will block the opposing airborne. Moonstrike will strike each opposing space that is directly occupied by a creature. It will strike directly if no creatures oppose it, so we'll do 2 damage here. Tidal Lock, card bearing the sigil will, at the beginning of its turn, card bearing the sigil will pull small creatures like squirrels into its orbit. Okay, small creatures, so no summon cost creatures, and made of stone. So I think I'm already still fine on this. I think we are going to be able to persist. Like, I'm gonna go rabbit, cat. Doesn't actually manage to give me anything there, whoops. Maybe I want to get the, yeah, I probably want to actually get the Ouroboros out on the field. Well, the Kingfisher managed to push a lot of damage there. We lose our cat, we get the Ouroboros back. I'll draw this, get the Kingfisher out too. Rabbit and Ouroboros. Yeah, actually, you know what? We'll even get the Ouroboros back out just in case it has time to die again. Here's hoping. Not as of yet. Not as of yet. Let's just put that bad boy out there too. You really destroyed the moon. I suppose all that's left is to finish me off. Go on. Oh, I definitely plan to, friend. That Kingfisher is not there to mess around with spiders. Victory! I am being told I have made 11 misplays, but I have defeated 4 bosses, drawn 136 cards. My biggest attack was 16, squirrels harmed, 27 sacrifices made. Nice. And we've got the smaller backpack and pricey pelts, both having been completed here. I don't know exactly how it's judging misplays. Interesting as it is, though. Entry number 1. Okay, I need to write this down now so I don't go to sleep and tell myself I dreamt it. I'm working late and testing the latest builds of... Look, out of nowhere, the angler starts freaking out. Like, he pulled something up out of the river and his hook... Like, he pulled something up out of the river with his hook, then he gets up and walks. There's no walk animation for this character. WTF? He walked right into the cabin. I followed him in and I couldn't find him. Leshy had some new dialogue lines that I cannot find in the dialogue file. He said something about some old underscore data and how the angler served him well or something. I'm so tired. I'm already wondering if I made this up. So that will be one of Kaycee's logs, giving us a little bit more information about the backstory that started this incarnation of Inscryption, and of course, earned Kaycee her very own death card. I am so keen to find out more over the course of this. Wild Bull, we've unlocked 2 cards here. Wild Bull, at the end of the owner's turn, the Wild Bull will move the direction inscribed the sigil. Yes, creatures in that way will be thrown back behind it, of course. Wait, creatures in the way will be thrown back behind it? As in... into the backspace, so the hand or the about to be played next turn area? There's also a cuckoo. It is airborne, and also when cuckoo is played, play an egg on the opposing space. So we're starting to see some new sigils here as well. Challenge unlocked, boss totems. Boss battles are now also totem battles. That's 15 challenge points there if we want to try and land that in the future. And we will, but for the moment, let me say. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Inscryption. Specifically, we are currently playing Kaycee's mod, the mini expansion to Inscryption. Thank you very much for your time. Up in the top left, you can find my series playlist on Inscryption's Kaycee's mod, past, present, and future. Down to the bottom left, you can find a YouTube recommendation for the next video it thinks you should watch. And streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com. Much appreciated to each and every one of you. See you next time.